There was a Florida high school principal and some of his staff who were under investigation after allegedly allowing a boy to play on a girls' volleyball team. This must be once in a lifetime thing that happened. This has never happened elsewhere, David.
What a development.
This is a new story.
So, allegedly, I like how they always have to throw that in.
Well, you have to put it in as a news to cover your back end, you know.
Right? Okay. CYB.
Cover your back end.
Yep. The high school principal was apparently reassigned now after allowing a trans-identifying player on the girls' team. So I'm really interested in this story because we know it's not an isolated case in this country of confusion and delusion. But the high school principal and other school officials have been reassigned amid an investigation into whether they allowed a trans-identifying male player on the girls' volleyball team. This is an odd case in my opinion, but let's watch first and get the details.
Word of a staff shakeup spread quickly across Monarch Senior High today. The school's principal, James Cecil, and the assistant principal, Kenneth May, both reassigned to positions away from students amid a new investigation. Multiple sources tell Local 10 it all centers around a transgender athlete who plays on the girls' volleyball team. The student, born a male, but now identifies as a female.
No. No, that's not a girl. That's a boy.
Well, everybody is human, you know. Everybody chooses their own life, so you can't just neglect no one. You have to just be happy to the person who are.
No, it's not fair because he, in his birth certificate, it doesn't say trans. It either says a male or a female. And if he can't play on the team, that means he can't play on the team.
Reaction among parents and students Monday was mixed. But what's fueling the problem is a relatively new state law signed by Governor Ron DeSantis about a year and a half ago that bans transgender girls and women from playing on female teams to prevent what he said at the time was an unfair physical advantage.
Will ensure fairness for women athletes.
Today, stern reaction from the head of the Broward Teachers Union.
We understand that there's a law, but, to remove 3 people that are in need to run a school and run a sports program, I think the allegation and investigation could go forward without removing any of the above.
Oh, it can go forward without making any changes whatsoever. So just then saying that we're investigating and not doing anything. But in this case, the school, they're actually doing something about it, which is like a first. But again, then you do again remember that this is in Florida where the governor is actually governing the state and therefore going to take action. And the fact that this happened in Florida and Ron DeSantis, people are enacting exactly what he laid out.
Yep.
So he's, wait a minute, a man of his word? And you can actually look to him by his actions because he's actually protecting girls.
Yeah, and that's the 2021 Fairness in Women's Sports Act that he signed. And that I wish more states would, I think more will follow suit. But in that video, Katie, wasn't it interesting to see the students and people from the community, parents, they're saying
no.
That one kid said, "Well, on his birth certificate, it's and his, now that student's probably on probation now because he said his instead of her."
It is interesting to see that this principal, James Cecil, and the assistant principal, Kenneth May, the athletic director, Deion Hester, and the volleyball coach, Jessica Norton, all being transferred. Now, when they said transferred, I'm like, well. So you meaning just another school's going to have this happen to them where there's going to be someone who's I'm trans. So then they get put on that volleyball team or another basketball season now. And then are they going to have to get transferred again because they're going to again allow a trans player on the team? Is that they'll just get moved around? So we'll see what actually comes of this investigation. But
yeah, what a mess. All because of the delusion. And let's just be honest, friends. I mean, There's some really strong delusion in our culture today, in our world, and they're calling evil good and good evil, and people are just not willing to speak the truth, and they want to go along with whatever might make other people feel better. But I think it was Ben Shapiro who's one of the first that said, "Facts don't care about your feelings."
Yeah, that's his mantra, and it's the truth. So,
and that should be ours as well.